Oh, hi everybody, Will here. Just was eating a cookie. One they made for me. Just eating that up. Yeah. Hi everybody. I think I said that. Yeah. So Monday, I went to this that cool thing, this improv thing, comedy improv, but it turned out it was musical comedy. I'm gonna talk about that a little later because it was really cool. But I want to talk about something else today. So like I was saying, Des and I we're playing games. We got a big game going on here. It's getting ugly. We're tied right now. Like the way the points work, we're kind of tied, and we went into turn three. We're tied at the end of it. Both our armies on bad shape. But turn four is gonna, I think, be the decisive turn. Anyway, Des had a basketball game. Like he's a basketball player, he's a tall kid, and they were playing another team, obviously, and it was very interesting to watch because we went and watched the family and I. I'm always interested in these kind of things. Like like you tell kids always like, do your best, try real hard and stuff like this. And like that's not something I like. That's not something I subscribe to. My philosophy for doing anything is like do just enough. Maybe a little bit more if you want to get noticed, but just do enough. Because if you're always like doing your hardest, you're always doing your best. You got no reserves, right? You got nothing to fall back on if things turn out to be more difficult than you thought they're gonna be, or if you're gonna just burn yourself out, right? So my advice to Des was like, you're playing the basketball game. You got guys running around, you got all the defenders near the net. Like, just throw the 3-point shots. Like, just go for that, right? Just nobody's gonna defend you. Just throw that shot. I mean, you get in a little scrimmage there near the net. They're gonna fumble it up. Someone's gonna take it. The reversal. You just throw it. They're gonna get it anyway, right? Unless you score to get the 3 points. Instead of working so hard, getting 2 points, passing and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. It's fun to watch, but like, if your goal is to like get the most points, why wouldn't you just do the thing that gets the most points? Like everybody trained to do that, and then you protect that guy who's the best 3-pointer. So I thought that was an insightful thing. But then the coach said that's not what the game's about. Like it's also about like entertaining the fans and running around and teamwork and such. So I guess I can kind of see it, but still, they got that 3-point rule in there. Why wouldn't you use it more? But I mean, it's fun watching the kids. It's kind of comedic. Is at sometimes the way they go at it. It's funny stuff. The fun. It's almost like kind of watching. What would you call them? The Globetrotters, like amateur Globetrotters, like making me feel about like the amateur comedy thing, like where it's like, it's funny for reasons that it isn't. They don't mean it to be funny, but it is like that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Unintentional comedy. I like that. I like that. So yeah, what else? Yeah, like a lot of those sports games. Like I mean, you got really. It's interesting because you got like all these different kind of rules. You're just playing a game, right? It's technically every sport's just you're just playing a game. But like a lot of people like invest a lot of their like not just the players, but like the people who watch the game. Like they invest a lot of themselves in that game, even though they're not playing. They're just sitting there watching. And I always find that kind of funny. That if your team wins, like you feel like a winner, even though like I'm really sure there's no like cheer meters that's like going up and up and up, and it's like in a video game you could do that, right? Like if you the video game you're like hitting the buttons real hard and you get more power, but I think it's maybe probably just like a coincidence if you're like yelling loud and then your team scores a point. I don't think you're contributing that much. I mean, I like yelling and stuff when it's exciting, but it's almost like after the fact, not before the fact. If that makes sense. Cause and effect, right? I think the goal causes the cheering, not the cheering causes the goal. I mean, yeah, it's nice to be encouraged and stuff like that, but when you're just like screaming and yelling at the players, whether it's good or bad, and both sides are doing it, I mean, like it's got to balance out or counter each other out. I mean, unless you got more fans, right? Or cool cheerleaders and like the pep squad. Yeah, Dez's team is like just the low level guys, so they don't. I mean, he's low level in like the lowest grade. Not that they're low level guys. Like they do pretty good. They got some really big guys on there with lots of skill. But yeah, they got no pep squad. So yeah, and the wife told me to quiet it down sometimes. Like I just get excited. I like cheering for both sides. I mean, they're both trying hard. They're competitors, but they're also like. This is how I look at it. Right, they're colleagues too, right? Like they're peers. So like when someone else scores a bad, like say they get a foul shot and they get it in there, you should clap anyway, right? Like they did a good job. I mean, you want an opponent that's it's more fun to have a game you're playing with an opponent who's like an equal or like you feel like they're the same level as you, so you can applaud them. Like if you don't applaud, then it sounds like it feels like you're scared of them. So maybe you think they're better than you, and then they're gonna start getting overconfident, and that might screw them up. So, I mean, you could do that, but that's kind of sneaky. And I always just say, "Good job, you're doing great. You get it in next time, buddy." Or if you get it in, like, "Good job, we'll get it in next time." Yeah, we're going after you, but like it's in a fun way. So yeah. Oh yeah. So after I went to that improv day, that's why I forgot to tell you this. That princess guy was there, and I know I'll talk about it more later. I'll talk, but it was like I think there was some funny business going on, like I was talking about plants, right? Because those improv folk, it was incredible. It was like they were like a well-oiled comedy machine, I guess you could call it, and they're real different energy than when you're just going to stand up, it seems. But Wendy was saying there's like kind of improv games you can play that she's played with some of her friends. That's what I'm gonna be looking that up because like she likes that fantastical stuff, like with knights and dragons and wizards and such. So there's some games where you get to be them, and I'm gonna find out more about that. Maybe she can teach me how to play them. Hopefully it's not too complicated, like this is complicated enough. There's lots of rules for that, but maybe if it's just improv and making up stuff, then there's not quite as many rules. Just like what you call it, like a framework. Yeah, like that's the board, like a mental board where you're like we're playing inside this box. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So have yourselves a good one. If you can get yourself someone to make you a cookie, that's a good idea too. Still debating what I'm going to do over the holidays. We're going to do a lot of travel, seeing other parts of the family and other parts of the country. So I'm hoping I can get some stuff together, like pre-recorded, or we'll find something else to do some filler so you don't forget about me over the holidays. I mean, not that you're going to think about me that much, but I appreciate it anyway. Okay, so, I'm trying to feel funny about this, but yeah, nobody called me Iggy. But my friends, they do call me Will. And I will see you soon. And I'm going to tell you about these improv story-making games soon. Okay, bye-bye.